I sat in the kitchen holding my coffee cup. Its warmth soothed some coldness in my heart. Morning light softened the worn table, but the house felt suffocating. Josh. My husband paced the creaky floor. His heavy steps and glare made the room smaller. I felt his anger looming a coming storm. Last night's argument lingered. Josh wanted my credit card for his sister Megan. I knew Megan's emergencies were just spending sprees. This wasn't the first time she asked for money. Megan just needs a little help, Josh insisted. She's family. Family helps, right? I tried to be calm. Josh, I understand, but we have limits. We can't keep paying for Megan's mistakes. She needs responsibility. My words inflamed him. You don't understand. You don't have siblings. You don't know family care. I stayed silent, knowing reason was useless. We'd done this cycle ending with me giving in. Not this time. I had decided. This morning, sipping bitter coffee, its taste matched my sadness. Josh paced his steps, tapping my patience. Each time he passed, I felt his gaze full of silent pressure. We need to talk, Josh, I said, breaking the silence. We can't continue like this. Megan needs independence. It's good for her and for us. Josh stopped facing me sharply. His face was red lips tight. You're selfish. My family needs help, and you only think of yourself. I breathed deep, keeping my voice firm. I'm not selfish. I'm protecting our family. We can't keep cleaning up after others. Megan needs to grow up. Sometimes not helping is the best help. You understand nothing, Josh shouted, shattering the kitchen's peace. Who are you to judge my sister? You have no family, no loyalty. His words cut deep. I gripped my cup, warmth failing to stop the cold. I may not have siblings, I replied, voice quiet but firm, but I understand responsibility. Our responsibility is our family's stability. We can't keep going like this, Josh. He stood still, shoulders slumping. For a moment, I hoped I'd reached him. His expression hardened. You are giving your credit card to Megan, he said, voice low and threatening. She'll be here this afternoon. You'll hand it to her with a smile. Understand? A shiver ran through me. His tone was now commanding, but I wouldn't back down. No, Josh, I won't. If she needs help, we find another way. A budget, a financial advisor, but not my credit card. My refusal ignited his fury. Before I could react, he grabbed his coffee cup. Time seemed to slow. His hand rose. The dark liquid arced, crashing onto my face. I gasped, scalding heat spreading. My breath caught from pain and shock. The cup hit the floor, shattering into sharp white pieces like my heart. Josh stood face red, voice roaring. You'll pay for this. When Megan gets here, you'll do exactly as I said, or else... I couldn't hear the rest. Everything blurred. The man who promised to love and protect me stood with a cold gaze and cruel words. I raised my hands to my face, feeling the heat, the sticky coffee. I looked at Josh at the kitchen. Once a sanctuary, now a battlefield of brokenness. I stood breathing heavily, face stinging. The physical pain was minor to my heart's ache. Everything felt alien. The house was not mine anymore. Memories were a fragile shell over deep cracks in a decayed marriage. Josh left, slamming the door, ripping the fragile silence. I collapsed onto a chair, dabbing coffee from my hair with a towel. Pain radiated, but I was frozen by fear. The cold floor dragged me back to reality. I can't stay here, the voice in my head echoed. Images flashed, the shattered cup, his gaze, the burning coffee. Undeniable signs I couldn't ignore. Shaking, I reached for the phone. The screen showed old messages, calls from friends I'd distanced from. Josh disliked my socializing. I'd become isolated. But one name made me pause, Clara. My best friend from college. The only one who never turned away despite my silence. Clara always checked in. My fingers trembled, dialing. The phone rang, stretching time. I almost gave up. Then her warm voice broke through. "Hello, Lena." Hearing her, I burst into tears. All emotions spilled out. "Clara, I need help." Clara didn't ask. "I'm on my way. Don't worry." I hung up a weightlifting, like grabbing a lifeline. I wiped my face, composing myself. To leave, I needed to act fast. Josh might return. I opened the bedroom door. The room felt cold now. I pulled an old suitcase from under the bed. Our honeymoon suitcase. I thought I'd found a harbor. It was an illusion. I packed essentials, clothes, documents, laptop. I felt for the small jewelry box from my mother. I didn't want to leave anything, not giving him a reason to think I'd return. In the closet, a small hidden metal box. Inside, cash saved for months. Keeping change from errands. I didn't know why I saved, but I was grateful for my foresight. Suitcase full, I returned to the kitchen. Shards lay scattered. I knelt, picking each piece like gathering fragments of myself. Each sharp piece reminded me of my broken marriage, hopes reduced to emptiness. The doorbell rang, startling me. Heart-pounding fear weighed me down. Then Clara's voice. "Lena, it's me." I rushed to the door. Clara stood there, worry on her face. Without a word, she hugged me tightly. Her warmth chased the cold. I felt her strength. The pain felt like a bad dream. "Car's ready. We're leaving," Clara said, gentle but determined. "Don't bring much. I have everything." I nodded, pulling my suitcase. Crossing the threshold, I looked back. White walls, the table, the wedding photo. Remnants of a life I was leaving. Clara took my hand to the car. The door closed. An invisible line was drawn. I was no longer the old, Lena, submissive, fearful. I was starting a new journey to find myself. The car moved. The house faded in the mirror. A heavy backpack lifted. Clara put on soft music. The melody soothed me into safety. We didn't talk much, but her presence was an anchor. I didn't need to explain, just know I wasn't alone. That was enough. Outside sunlight bathed streets weaving through trees. Scenery past, a reminder life moved on. I could still start over. Clara brought me to her peaceful New Haven home. The 2-story house with a wide porch felt warm, safe. Clara's kids, Emily 8 and Jake 5, ran to hug my legs. I smiled, feeling like family again. The living room was bright kids' drawings on walls. Tom, Clara's husband, smiled warmly, brought hot tea. "Welcome home, Lena." His eyes showed care. The first evening was peaceful. Dinner together, kids' stories, loving glances between Clara and Tom. The simple family scene eased the tightness in my chest. My heart wounds began to heal. After dinner, Clara and I talked in the kitchen, sipping tea. She asked about everything, not just Josh, but me, my future. I needed a lawyer. Clara suggested Sarah Thatcher, a friend, good with toxic relationships. I'll call her first thing. Next morning, we met Sarah. I was so nervous. Sarah's office old building park view. She had a warm smile, professional, yet approachable. She put me at ease. "Glad you reached out, Lena," Sarah said after my story. "First, your safety. I'll help with a protection order. We'll start divorce when ready." Sarah explained my rights, protecting finances and assets. She detailed the divorce process. The fog lifted. Fear became specific, achievable steps. Going back, Clara suggested a job. "Remember Isabella, my cousin bookstore owner? I can ask if she needs help." Working in a bookstore warmed my heart. I loved books, dreamed of writing before Josh. I nodded, a spark of hope returning. Next day, I met Isabella at the cozy nook. A world of bookshelves, warm lights, scent of paper and coffee. Isabella's smile made me easy. "Clara told me," Isabella said. "This store is my dream, but I need help. Want to try?" I'd love to, I said instantly. I need to start over. This feels wonderful. From day one, I loved the work. Organizing books, recommending reading in the corner. I rediscovered myself. Each day brought strength, confidence, less haunting past. Isabella was a great boss and friend. She encouraged me. You're starting over, Lena, she said. You'll find your path. Afternoon sunlight through windows, I watched people wondered about my new life. I started journaling again, capturing thoughts. Writing became my outlet. I had so much to say. The road ahead had challenges, but I wasn't alone. Clara, her family, Isabella, my job, and myself. A stronger, braver Lena. One autumn afternoon, sunlight in Clara's living room. I read a book from Isabella's, but mind wandered. Peaceful days felt like a dream, but I knew the storm wasn't fully over. Clara took kids to park Tom at office. House was quiet. Doorbell rang. Bad feeling. I peeked. Josh's familiar black car. Megan with him, confident but with sharp resolve. Hands shook, phone in pocket. Sarah warned me not to open the door alone. Pounding began forceful. "Lena, open the door," Josh boomed. "I know you're there." I backed away. Sarah's words echoed, "Protect yourself." "Lena, don't be childish," Megan shouted. "You think you can hide, abandon my brother?" I closed my eyes. I owed them nothing. I had a right to my life. I texted Clara, Josh, and Megan are here. Not opening the door. Called Sarah. She picked up. "Lena, what's going on?" "Josh and Megan are outside Clara's. Want me back for money." "Don't open, I'm coming. If they force entry, call police." I hung up, steadying my breath. Banging grew louder. "Lena, open or I'm coming in." "You owe my family?" Anger rose. Owe them, I sacrificed dreams, freedom, self-respect for him. Time to reclaim my life. 10 minutes later, a car horn. Sarah's silver SUV. Her presence was authoritative. She approached the door. "Josh, Megan, what are you doing?" Her voice was strong. "None of your business," Megan shot back, voice less confident. "Actually, it is. I'm Lena's legal representative." Sarah showed her card. "Protection order. You can't approach her, leave, or face legal trouble." Josh hesitated, surprised. "Stop me. She's my wife. I can talk to her." Sarah composed. "Lena filed divorce. Communication through attorneys now. Leave or I call police." Megan tugged Josh's arm, face pale. "Let's go, Josh. Don't make a scene." Josh stared at the door, expression desperate. "Lena, please, I just want to understand why." Sarah stepped between them. "Josh, it's too late. Respect Lena's decision." Josh dropped his hands, turned away. Megan, though, delivered a last threat. "You'll regret this, Lena. You can never escape my family." Sarah crossed arms, gaze steely. "Last warning. Leave." The black car pulled away. I realized I'd held my breath. Sarah opened the door. "They're gone. Are you okay?" Tears flowed, but relief. "Thank you, Sarah. Don't know what I'd do." Sarah sat, held in my hand. "You're strong, Lena. Standing up for yourself is hard, but you did it. This is beginning. You'll get through." I believed I could rebuild, break free, wasn't alone. Days after they appeared, I felt true relief. A heavy backpack lifted. I breathed deeply, appreciating the air. Clara's family felt like home, but I needed my own life. One Saturday, I saw a yoga flyer. Find inner peace. I loved yoga, lost it with Josh. I tried the class. Studio filled with light. Instructor Mia welcomed me. "Relax, listen to your body." First session was hard. Body, stiff discomfort. But breathing deeply, letting go of worries, lifted heaviness. Savasana pose, eyes closed, I heard my heartbeat. Inner peace. Clara noticed. "You look brighter. Glad you found something." Evenings after kids slept, we talked planned futures. Clara encouraged writing. Keep a journal, write feelings, process emotions. I wrote short lines daily. Stories took shape. Brave woman weathering storm. Finding oneself after darkness. Each page a step to healing. Bookstore work made me love life again. Isabella's energy made work enjoyable. Quiet afternoons, chamomile tea, sharing books. Isabella suggested book reviews for the blog. You have a way with words. Customers will love it. I earned stable income. Thought of my own space. Sarah helped with divorce proceedings, encouraged finding apartment. I found a charming studio, park view small kitchen writing nook. Moving day, Clara's family helped. Their laughter filled the space. Kids helped decorate, made cards. Alone after they left, I sat heart full of gratitude. Everything was mine. My space to be myself. That evening, lit a candle, played music, sat at my desk. Laptop screen blank. No fear of emptiness. New energy. Hands on keyboard, words flowed. Today, I officially start over. Words on screen, steps to freedom. Challenges ahead, but felt strong. Night fell outside, but light stayed on. I wrote till fingers ached. Found myself. Stronger, freer, leaner, filled with hope. Sat by the window, evening sun patterns on floor. Laptop open, manuscript almost finished. The Awakening. My first novel. Finding oneself journey. Mine and others. Almost complete. Each page a step story carried hope. Wrote of sleepless nights, pain, heartache. Didn't forget glimmers of light hands that reached out. Message on phone. Clara. Still coming, kids excited. I smiled, replied, of course, bring new chapters. Stood stretched balcony. Cool air scent of wildflowers. Looked at street kids playing. Laughter echoed. Peace wrapped around me. Past hurts left behind. Since moving, new life rhythm. Woke early, coffee right. Bookstore job felt valued. Isabella planned book signing if published. Excitement and motivation. That evening went to Clara's. Warm home light, smell of baking. Felt welcome. Kids hugged me, overflowing love. Tom grilled, shared jokes. Found family not by blood, but love. Clara's family showed no matter storms could find rainbow. Dinner ended. Clara pulled me aside, eyes bright. Good news, Sarah called. Divorce approved, paperwork, final, officially free, Lena. Heart stopped. Emotions burst. Hugged Clara, tears flowed. Not sorrow. Liberation, joy, hope. Truly free. Legally in soul. Returned to apartment. Opened windows, breeze-filled room. Sat at desk, reopened manuscript. Cursor blinked. Knew what to write. Tomorrow is a new day. Used to fear morning. Now embrace gratitude. Sun will rise. I'll walk my path. Open heart, free spirit. Not end of old chapter. Beginning of bright new one. Clicked, save closed laptop balcony. City lights sparkled. Life goes on. Beautiful things wait. Deep breath, breeze on skin. Everything peaceful. Found myself. Story unfolding, holding the pen. Writing new chapters. Courage, self-love. Lena's story, overcoming pain, finding self. Testament to inner strength. Real life has challenges, wounds. But brave enough to set boundaries, love self, seek help. Everything changes. Life offers opportunities to those who stand up, write their story. Thoughts on Lena's journey, share comments. Follow for more real life stories.